episode of the People's Mic. Yeah, one day there'll be an audience, and then that'll make sense. I'm Jimmy Peoples.
Yeah.
Introduce yourself.
My name is Shui Fier.
Yeah, Shui Fier. What's your origin story?
My origin story.
Yeah, dude, let's just start from the top. We got a couple more people coming. They'll be here in a minute. Everybody's running late as usual. As usual. Do it.
That's how it happens.
Yeah.
But I'm from Atlanta, Georgia originally.
Okay.
Grew up there.
Yep.
Went to high school in Philadelphia.
I'm listening. I'm multitasking.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm making sure
Started
connected. Good.
Yeah, I mean, I started doing music and live performance in high school in Philly.
What part of Philly?
Lower Merion.
Okay, I went to Strathaven.
Okay.
And you how old are you?
I'm 24.
24.
Yeah.
Well, at least you got his number, right? It's Kobe's number.
For now.
Yeah. My claim to fame with him, I beat him in long jump.
You beat Kobe Bryant?
Yeah, Kobe in long jump.
In long jump.
Yeah, we were both terrible. We were both shit. It was like a thing. Like he was the kid coming up.
Yeah,
and
he was at LM.
He was a junior, and I was a senior. I was a track star. So it was like two guys, and let's get them to compete against each other. It's never gonna happen. So we jumped together and did long jump, and we both sucked.
Were you at the same school?
No. I was at Strathaven. It was like one of like the Central League meets championship. Not a championship. It's like a bullshit meet, and he just happened to be there.
Yeah.
And we jumped. That was it. That was cool.
Wow.
The younger kids, and because I went to the ABC program. Do they still have that in Lower Merion? They probably got rid of that.
What is ABC?
Where they took like kids out of the inner city and put them in like the public school.
Okay.
You used to have a program there. They probably got rid of those kids.
I don't know. I went to some like small Jewish private school.
Oh, you didn't go to Lower Merion High School?
No.
I thought you went to Lower Merion High School.
Yeah.
Oh, you were good money.
Yeah. I was in a boarding school. Yeah.
Yes, that's what. I went to Strathaven, and then I went to Temple.
All right.
Yeah, so,
A lot of friends went to Temple. But yeah, then I spent 2 years in Israel.
Oh shit.
Yeah, living in the Middle East and studying religious studies.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Then moved to New York City, and for college, started doing live music. Live music brought me into comedy. Comedy.
Yeah, the musicians always usually want to transition into comedy, right? Is that fair?
I don't know.
Is it?
It's totally it's the next scary thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like,
it's like vice versa. Like comedians always want to do music, and,
in some way.
Yeah.
Yeah, or there's always that overlap. Like you see, like Chappelle always does those like music variety shows.
Absolutely.
These boys with John Mayer.
Yeah.
There is.
I've been trying to jump into the pool for years. I'm like, yeah, this is the year I'm gonna try to write some songs. And I'm like,
Just gotta do it. It's like writing jokes.
Yeah. I can't do that either.
Yeah.
No. What's going on? How's your life?
My life right now? My life's going well.
Yeah.
How are you doing? What's
I'm
your
doing
origin?
it, but I don't. My origins. Oh, man.
Have you told it like 5 times already?
I've told 1,000. This is
All right.
episode 596.
Okay.
So.
All right. So this is the one where you make stuff up.
Make it up.
Yeah. Where didn't you grow up?
I didn't grow up in Texas.
Okay.
I went through Philly, and I started years ago. First time I did. I don't want to tell the sad story, because the sad story is I had a car accident after the first time I did comedy, and then came back, and then years later I figured I'd get back into it. And,
Wow.
And then I got out of a relationship, and then that brought me back to New York, and then I've just been grinding for years. Since 2010.
Was there something that brought you back to comedy?
Kevin Hart's movie, I think.
Really?
Yeah, I was in like a breakup to makeup relationship. I went to go see one of his movies, and he had the speech where he was like, everybody wants to be famous, but nobody wants to work for it. And then I was like, I'll work for it, And then I just got serious about doing comedy. And then
Kevin Hart's, he hustled.
He's a hustle.
When he started off, the stories I've heard.
It's the Philly hustle is
yeah.
amazing.
I hear after every single show, whether it was like an open mic or a variety show, he'd be whether he bombed or did well, he'd be at the door at the end, getting people's emails. And creating an email list to
absolutely
reach out to everyone whenever he was in town.
Yeah.
That's
just created that's how you create your fan base.
But that's like creative hustle. It's like it's not just doing mics every night. It's like thinking smart too.
Thinking ahead.
And like making a plan.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's something to that. I feel like if you're not famous as a comedian, it's cause like
you're missing something.
You're missing something.
Yeah, I think about that. I was like, I could be working way harder. I do stuff, but I was like, I need to. They're missing pieces, you know.
Totally.
And once you get those plug it all in and you see it start working, it's like, man, this is.
Yeah.
This is dope.
Like I'm like a year and a half into comedy, and my peers are like 4 or 5 years in comedy, and sometimes I think like, okay, we're sort of at the same place. Like, what can I be doing that like you guys clearly forgot or didn't look into doing in during that time, during those early years, to sort of get your gains up in a more creative way.
It's at that stage, I would say getting touching the mic. You know, what I see a lot of comics doing, they run around the city trying to get to open mics.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I got 10 open mics today, I got 12 open mics. And then I know when I first started, I was like, I was in the numbers game. And then I was like, it's not about the numbers, it's about how many touches you get. So when I started doing my own mics, it was like, oh, 20 people are coming. I'm touching the mic 20 times. You know, it's like if I get up in between, I can say like a little snippet of a joke to work it in, and then I'm working my sets faster in between each comic. So then I just said, oh, I need more mics. So I did from the podcast is where I just started. I used the podcast to just start to what we call biting.
Okay.
You know, we have a conversation and then I'll slip in a joke, and then those jokes I'll use for the night. So after the podcast, I would do an open mic, and then I would do another open mic, and then a third open mic, and then I do 2 shows.
Wow.
So I would, and then you count all those touches.
In that time, you're
trimming all that stuff.
And
so
you have stuff. You have a finish.
So I don't write as much, but I'm saying
stuff.
So I know that I'm talking.
Wow. Okay.
So if you can get at the beginning, is touch as many mics as possible and get that stuff out, you will see yourself grow way faster. That's why I tell Carl, at least get one open mic. One open mic a night, you're touching the mic at least 20, 25 times. You know? And that's a start. That's how, you know. And then from there, you get to shows and then start your own show. And do what you want to do. Everybody's.
I mean, I feel like I'm coming up with this equation that like it's like you have to be 60% funny and then 40% networking.
Yeah.
Or more.
The showing up part.
Yeah.
I don't like sitting around the bars and like somebody, you got to go sit at the bar. I was like, go build a brand, build your audience, and then take it to the bar and be like, hey, all these people are with me. Yeah. And then, you know, that's just me personally. I don't think you should be in the bar unless you're bringing, you know, people. And I don't say do a bringer show, but I mean like if you have something to bring to the table, you know. Yeah. Yeah. If you're just a guy, just you know, I just want to get some stage time. You're not. They don't care.
They don't care. Yeah.
What can you do for us?
He wanted.
Yeah. Like, oh yeah, he brings. That's why in the social media. You know, everybody's looking at your numbers, man.
Numbers is everything.
You know, it sucks, but you know.
It's true. Every producer is like checking your Instagram.
Yeah, checking it, and mine is shit.
Yeah.
But I got a bunch of different ones, so it's like I got a bunch of stuff going on. It has to be consolidated. We'll figure it out.
For sure. All right. So what are you up to right now in life?
In life, just reorganizing my shit.
Yeah. What does that look like?
It looks decent. It's fine. Because I took some time off during the pandemic, so now it's just like figuring out my place in the
it's a new ecosystem.
The new ecosystem.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, what am I gonna do in this? Because I want to do the same shit I was doing before, you know. And then the people I knew then, they're all, you know, doing dope shit.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah.
Finding out where you are.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah. That's the weird part. But I'm used to, because I used to be a personal trainer, so I'm still a personal trainer. But going from gym to gym, you learn to be the apprentice all over again. You know, and being the apprentice, you start from scratch. You got to build your brand, build your clientele all over, and you do that. You learn to do that over and over again. This becomes easy. It's like, all right, starting over, and you know, do this shit again. It's fine.
Yeah. COVID was a little, for sure.
It was needed for the community. You know, it leveled the playing ground for comedians. That's what I'd like to see. You know, it was like
It's true.
Before it was like there was gatekeepers and you couldn't get stuff, and then it was the Wild West, and it was like.
I mean, that's when I got into comedy.
Yeah.
I started working. I'm a videographer.
Huh?
So I started working with like Comedy Cellar Comics, filming the like outdoor sets,
Yeah.
and it was like, literally like the people who already made it were back down to level 1, doing the same shows as open micer.
Yeah. I saw like high-end people at just regular open mics. I was like,
Doing park shows
I like this.
in Central Park.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
this. I like because nobody had anywhere to go.
It was humbling.
It was humbling.
Yeah.
It was good to see. And now they're back.
Yeah, they're back. Yeah, they're never. Yeah.
But a lot they met the people on different levels. So it was good to see that.
Uh huh.
You know?
Yeah, they were still human.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
What do you want out of comedy? Where do you see yourself?
Oh man, I just think it's the greatest gift. Like to be able to make a career of making people laugh. I think it's the simplest, purest form of, I don't know, of what you put your effort into. And then if you can, like, I don't know, build yourself into a certain type of comic that's more than just like empty laughter and something like deeper, something thoughtful. I don't know, like that's, I think, is the goal for me, is like to develop into a storyteller, but also like a.
I hate this quote. What is your style?
Right now,
Figure it out.
I mean, right now I emulate certain comics. I very much like listen to comics and think, okay, how do I write a joke in their style? Like I'll listen to Anthony Jeselnik and think, okay, how do I make a joke with a dark turn that turns really quickly?
Don't do that.
But
do it.
I know.
Find your shit. Find your voice. You know, you can't be him. You know.
Yeah.
Because
I don't want to be him though. Like
when comics see that, we can always tell who you listen to.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Bring your, and it's just, I'm not gonna tell you.
I feel like it's inevitable though that your own voice comes through. It's more or less like learning about how to do the writing on the back end, and then like because it's you and not that other person, it's gonna come out as your own voice.
You gotta feel it.
Yeah.
Feel it. My favorite kind of, like when I see comics, as soon as they get angry and put their emotion into it, that's when it gets funny to me. Like
Really?
you can get up there, you can read your shit, and you be like, all right, yeah, that's fine. But until you find that pain, that's where
Dude,
the funny comes in.
That's where I struggle with.
You know, find that. Well, what makes you feel? You know,
Because I'm such a writer, so it's like it's more of like
older comics here to.
I know, right?
I can tell you my piece, but
For sure.
as soon as you put feeling into it,
Yeah.
like throw out the words and just know the thing that you want to talk about, and that's why I say just do the mics and just riff sometimes, riff through it, but then and record all your sets.
Absolutely.
I tell people record all your sets so you can go back and then you can chop down, take the fat
out. Yeah.
You know, but just get up there and fucking annihilate with emotion. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when you do that, that's when the funny will come out. You know.
Else it's flat.
I learned this. One of my favorite formulas when I can't find the funny in something, it's like the prep formula. It's point, reason, example, point.
Point, reason, example, point.
So you make a point,
Yeah.
and find the reason for that point, then an example, and then close it out with that point and punchline.
Okay.
That's a joke.
That's a joke.
That's a joke at the end of the day. It's like, oh man, I hate black cats because blah 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 blah. And I saw this black cat one day, and it did this thing. That's why I hate black cats.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it just of course is, you know, but point,
Like-
reason, example, point gets you to the joke every time.
Point, reason, example. Yeah. There's that Mitch Hedberg joke of like he just opens up. He just says, maybe Bigfoot is blurry. And it's just like emotionally,
Yeah.
it's like he's
Yeah.
saying so emotionally about
Absolutely.
like an arbitrary topic, which is just already hilarious. And he's like, it's not the photographer's fault.
No, I remember that. Absolutely.
And then he adds like the reason of like it's
Like-
this
like
is even
real joke.
scarier.
Yeah.
Now there's an out of focus monster roaming the countryside,
It's perfect.
and that's perfect. And he reiterates again
That's a
Bigfoot.
perfect joke.
It's a perfect
joke. Like most jokes, if you just listen to them, a perfect joke fits into that formula.
Yeah, yeah.
know?
You understand it
You
immediately.
understand it because it makes your point, gives you a reason, gives you maybe one. The example can be 3 examples.
Sure.
You know, the rules of comedy.
Yeah.
And then make your point, close it out, and move on to the next one. That's it. That's when you get stuck.
Yeah.
You know? That's when you get stuck. Another thing, one of my favorite comics from Philly, and I met him. It's Tommy Smooth. He's a character comedy. He does like these dope characters. And when he was just out of character, just talking, he was like, just talk about your day. If you
In that character?
No, just break down. And I just sat with him, and he was like, tell me about your day. Like just the simple shit that you did today and what bothered you about it. You know?
Yeah.
And
That's real.
it's real. And then I just started talking to him. And I think I didn't do anything. I went to the mailbox. I had to find a mailbox. And
In New York City.
no, I was where was I? I was in Delaware.
Okay.
Looking for a mailbox. and I was like, why are they still making mailboxes? Like somebody's putting the iron together. They don't
Yeah.
even make that kind of metal anymore.
They don't.
And I was looking. I found the one mailbox in Delaware, and I just told him about that. He was like, see, there's
There's funny there.
there's funny there.
There's
I
funny
can
there.
talk about that mailbox every once in a while. I still think about it. I was like,
Mailbox.
the mailbox metal is like,
Yeah.
you know, it's a different kind of. They don't even have that metal. They don't make cars out of that.
Uh-huh.
You know,
Like, why are we even mailing stuff?
you're not mailing nothing.
Letters, yeah. It's funny. It's
You say, the
absurd.
whole premise of it was ridiculous. Even now, I'll still add stuff.
and
to
just
it.
from there, like
yeah.
from saying, well, what did you do today?
Yeah.
Went to the mailbox.
What did you do today? I was looking for a mailbox all day,
Yeah.
and I didn't realize that I did that. Like that there was something there.
Wow.
You know.
So what's your style of comedy?
Me, it's more observational. I don't write as much. Like those guys are writers. I wake up in the morning. I see what's on the news. I see what's affecting me, and then I take a piece of those things, and then I talk about them. You know, throughout the mics or shows or whatever, and then I see what's funny. I take everything. You know, and then so my style is just observation.
Wow. It's pure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you'll always have material with just the world and things going on.
Yeah.
Never like I don't have impressions. I don't have none of that.
I don't do
Yeah,
impressions.
I'm not doing music comedy. I was like, maybe I can write some funny songs. I was like, no, I'm not. No.
I think about doing that sometimes.
Yeah, you can definitely.
I just feel like I have to look
You
for
you
it.
have the look and you're clean cut and you can just talk about.
Yeah.
And girls will eat that shit up.
Uh-huh. They'll be yas.
Yeah. You can do it.
Yeah.
You walk around with a guitar, it fits you. I was like, I don't want to be the walk around the guitar guy.
What's funny is I started off, like the first mics I was doing with the guitar. Because I was just doing one-liner comedy.
Yeah.
And it was like a little too dry if I didn't have another element in the set. So I just strum chords and do one-liner comedy. And it works.
Absolutely works.
It made jokes that weren't that funny much.
Absolutely.
Because
there's rhythm to it.
There's rhythm, and also like you could pause. It gives you it tells the audience this is where you laugh.
Yeah.
Like you stop strumming, and then people laugh automatically.
Because you control them. Because
you're in control. There's something to that.
I did once. The plan was I bought a ukulele, and I was just gonna be the buff guy with the ukulele.
That's fun.
And I bought a black ukulele, and I played one. Take Me Out to the Ball Game, and I told 4 different stories of getting hit in the face with a baseball the 4 times.
Wow.
And I went through the whole song, and I never did it again. But that was it. It was just like, take me out. I just kept playing the same
chorus.
Yeah, the same chorus.
That's fine.
And that's it. I was like, I'm never doing this. That's not me.
I mean, David Tell goes up still with like a recorder. I don't know. Ever know like a little flute thing, and it's like his thing at the comedy cell. I don't know.
Is that him? Yep. Keep hold on, I'll be right back.
All right, guys. So, for the viewers at home, we are sponsored by. Insert advertisement here. I should say some like ratchet stuff that they'll like only see afterward. Tyrez.
Shoemaker.
Shoemaker.
Comedy relief. Tyrez.
Hello. Look at this, it's beautiful.
You like it?
Yes, I do like it a lot.
We're gonna sit here, sit right
like a
there.
shower.
Don't be mad. I had to use the restroom.
Use the restroom. Not like you're early, like you're late. Yeah, Tyrez said, we leave the door open so we can take a shit. Yeah, he's here. I forgot what we were saying. David Tell. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he does like the weird, but it's so weird. He's so awkward. He looks like a homeless man on the street.
Yeah.
And that's sort of like his presentation.
I like the relaxed
Yeah.
comedy. Like I'm the same way. I just want to like, this is the out. This is it.
Like this
I'm
is
always
my
gonna wear,
stage.
That's
why, yeah.
I'm always gonna wear thermal or t-shirt and cargo pants and a comfortable pair of sneakers. Never, I don't care about being the guy in the suit.
The Seinfeld.
Yeah, I just want to find a stage, hit a stage, restart the day.
Yeah, there's definitely been an evolution in like how people present themselves on stage.
Yeah.
Like it used to be everyone wore a suit.
Yeah.
Like back
in the
day.
80s, you had to wear a suit, and they're trying to get it back. I don't.
Are they?
Know. Like, some clubs, like there's the high-end clubs, and then there's the regular. This is the club.
The People's Club.
Yeah, I wish. This is the dream. It's to get a good stage, dope audience, and just do that for the rest of your life.
I do that.
I don't need a stadium. I don't need any of that. I just need this perfect room.
Let me get a picture of this.
No, we'll get a picture after.
Racial I'm getting a picture.
What are you doing?
It's racial unification right here.
Racial unification.
This is good. This joke.
Sorry, he's Jewish though, right?
I mean, everyone has plights.
What are you looking for? Come here, right here, back here.
All right.
Right back.
Let me
It can't be perfect.
No, in the back.
I don't feel this season won't come.
All right, well, let's sit over there. Hopefully, when you're in the shot.
All right, let me go over there.
No, well, figure your life out. Introduce yourself.
Oh, we're here. We're live. Oh, hello. My name is Tyrez. Keaton.
You don't have to talk to Mike. But Mike's for show.
Oh, nice. It's a good show.
Yeah. Tell me your origin story. We did his.
Oh, my origin story?
Yeah.
Where it all began?
Where it all began.
No, your oranges.
Oranges.
Yeah. The oranges story.
Oh, well, I was in Florida,
Yeah.
and the oranges were dropping like snowflakes. And I just, was so inspired by the color orange. I had to go do comedy about the color orange, and now I'm talking about, this race and politics, Yeah, I love it all because of the oranges, Spectacular.
That's terrible.
Hey, my life is terrible. My own personal experiences are terrible. That's great.
Are you really from Florida?
No, man.
Where you from?
Oh, man, Ireland. No, Ireland.
You're from Ireland.
I was born in D.C. I grew up in Maryland. All my family is my mom's side is from Georgia.
Yeah.
So, and I spent a lot of summers as a young kid down there.
In Atlanta?
No, Georgia's much bigger than Atlanta.
I know.
But I know.
Georgia?
That's
Yeah.
fair enough.
No.
Yeah, that's right, because you just went to Atlanta not too long ago, right?
I'm from Atlanta.
Yeah, I remember
Are
you
you-
telling me that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but nah, it's one of the smaller towns. Like,
Okay.
you know Savannah?
Mm-hmm.
Like a couple hours from Savannah. Like
Alright.
the town that my mom's family's from is actually closer to Jacksonville than Atlanta.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So real South Georgia.
Yeah, it's real South Georgia. There's a lot of skinny trees and open land.
It's beautiful down there.
It is actually. It's great.
Is it?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I get small doses of it. My family may say they're tired of it. So,
Mm.
Hell yeah.
you know what I mean?
Hell yeah. But were you down there for the pandemic?
No,
Were you up
I
there?
was staying with, I was renting with one of my aunts / cousins who is who was born in Georgia. So I got a little, I was there. I was working for Amazon the whole pandemic.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
I was working at this the Whole Foods, which they now own as well. And I was working there.
My favorite part of hearing everybody has a different story of how they handled it. You know?
That's a fact. It is though. And them same
Yeah.
experiences
Yeah.
that are unique to a lot of different people kind of help people believe in their own, opinions about new situations.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Because the news can't, people can't tell you everything. If you, like me, I'm working in a grocery store the whole pandemic. I mean, I see what's happening, and then I just, get the vaccine, right?
Yeah.
Did you get it?
Yeah, I had no choice.
You
Out
got
of the homelessness and no
Uh-huh.
comedy career that's
Gotcha.
on the stage. You always
Yeah.
have the internet. But yeah, it would have been, it would have worked out either way though.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
I just
You
had
could have
faith.
just told people
Told people what?
that you had the vaccine.
Yeah, but they often ask for
proof?
the proof of
Oh,
vaccination.
Yeah.
So,
you didn't
you know-
have any black friends?
I actually didn't want to lie. I honestly too, because I wanted to talk about it on stage, no lie. I figured it would help my case better if I went ahead and got it, because I was talking about it from a position where I'm lying.
Yeah.
I don't think I would have been able to have been so.
Yeah.
Had such heavy conviction in my. I would have eventually blurted out, I don't got it,
Yeah.
and then I would have been, it would have been over.
What
You
are we
would
doing?
have told him yourself.
Yeah, because I couldn't handle that type of the lying. I would have had to.
Are you mixed? Are you?
In the more
Are you
conventional
black?
sense.
Yeah.
In the more conventional
Okay.
sense, neither one of my parents are of Caucasian descent,
Okay.
but I have a mysterious great grandfather who sexually assaulted my great grandmother, and then thus resulting in a beautiful new family tree.
Wow.
I actually met her too. She was about as black as the side of those snare drums, and
It's black.
It's
yeah,
black.
pretty damn
God
good.
damn.
Yeah, it's all part of. I mean, that's why I don't know. I don't know. Good job.
I don't
I'm
know.
here. Without him, I wouldn't be here. I don't know.
Yeah.
I
What
don't
do you
thank him. You really thank God, because then you'd be like,
Yeah.
What do you do? What do you think?
no, you don't.
How'd you get into comedy?
I was writing. I mean, I don't know. I've been laughing at stuff, getting a lot.
How long you been doing it?
Now, what's your timeline? I've already done more comedy in the last year than I did my entire life before coming here in May. So I would say the first time I did it was 2015,
That's fair.
and then I had stopped for like a year and a half
Yeah.
because I like to write
I
music.
stopped for 12 years.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
Wow.
From the first time I did it to the second time.
Damn. So you was just getting haunted at night.
Yeah, yeah. I was having experiences. So
Mm.
I was working different jobs, became a personal trainer, I worked at radio.
Yeah.
I think the universe was like, you need experience.
Yeah.
You know, and then
Hmm.
when you get back on stage, you're gonna have all this shit that I didn't have nothing. Like the first time I got on, I was talking about I didn't even remember the set.
Mm.
You know, I had sex with a cop. You know, and I thought that's what comedy was gonna be. And
That's a good story, yeah.
then I had a car accident the week after.
Oh.
The first time. So
You had a little bit of
yeah, and I had a
Kanye
bump.
going on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
little-
Me, Kanye, and 50 Cent had the same.
So you've been
year.
shot and your
No,
car's been
no,
balled up.
no. I've been shot. I've
Oh.
been shot at. But
Oh,
I've
okay.
never been shot.
You did comedy through a wire?
I did comedy through a brass. They put a whole
He was telling the
Hold up,
paramedics
borrow
jokes.
Yeah,
Or they realigned your hips.
Why they? I got helivac'd. So
No way.
I got helivac'd.
Hey, a lot of them people don't always make it when you start. Once you get in the helicopter.
Once they put you in the box and then and put you over the cage, put the cage over you so you don't move.
Wow.
It's a problem.
That's scary.
Yeah, I got helivac'd, and the guy that helivac'd me out looked like what is the jackass dude from Jackass?
Steve-O,
Not
Ryan,
Steve-O,
Johnny
sorry,
Knoxville.
Johnny Knoxville.
Okay.
Like everybody that was giving me drugs looked like Johnny Knoxville. So
Okay.
in the beginning, he was just like, "I got you, buddy." And his hair was blowing in the wind. He had that wonky eye. Just a cool white guy. He was just like, "We got you." And I was like, "This is what I got to do to get in the helicopter." And he's like,
They always are cool like that.
"Cool as
Yeah,
shit."
that's
In the
true.
He just
ambulances
hella
and
back
stuff?
down. Yeah.
Sure, that's a good point.
He just hella
Yeah.
back down. I was like, "Yo."
There was like thick arms with tattoos on them.
Yeah, just cool as shit.
I got you, man. That's so much
he's
I
like,
got you.
he's holding on to the cable and sitting on the box. I was like, this is cool and fucked up at the same time. Like,
That's how it should be, though. It should
It
be.
should be.
like I was like,
Every ambulance guy should look like Guy Fier.
yeah, just fucking
That's a fact. Just real chill, just
chill as hell.
good energy, helping you get better.
It's gonna be
It's
okay.
gonna be okay.
It's not too bad.
It's not bad.
We're just poking out your
There's
side.
blood, but hey, we're gonna be all right.
It's gonna be alright.
Oh, man.
That's it. That's what it was. It was a beautiful day too. It's always that.
Damn, so it was nice and sunny.
It was sunny. I never trust beautiful days anymore.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
fun. That
Beautiful
sounds
days are always. 9/11 was a fucking beautiful day.
It's a beautiful day.
Beautiful.
I mean, hurricanes aren't beautiful days.
Well, they start out beautiful. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, no, during
The eye of the storm is beautiful.
during Hurricane
right?
Katrina, I had the biggest meal. Like the beautiful days and huge
You
meals.
sound like a curse.
When
let nothing
I'm eating
good
good,
happen.
I'm always looking around. I was like, what the fuck is about to happen?
Someone's about to happen.
Something
When you
about
have a
that.
good day, something tragic.
I
happens.
always when it's too beautiful, like those clouds are just too perfect and plump. I was like, something's about to happen.
That's a terrible way to live.
Yeah, I ain't got a problem
You
with
would
it.
never have
I
a
was
good
like,
day.
no, fuck that. I don't trust
Damn.
it. Just keep your head on a swivel,
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Stay sharp,
Yeah. Yeah.
Stay alert
Absolutely.
Yeah.
for whatever.
You know?
Yeah. You know what I mean? The first time you did comedy was in Atlanta?
It was in Israel.
Oh, that
Yeah.
sounds.
Not fun. What sounds what?
Were they laughing?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
It was in front of like a crowd of my
Yeah.
peers, but
But they were laughing. They were enjoying
yeah,
it.
they laughed. I had some stupid jokes. I think the first joke I did, as I said, like, oh, my dad is a door-to-door salesman,
Mhm.
and he sells doors. You just go up and just knock, knock. You're good. And he walked. That was the whole joke, but it killed. I don't know why, but like I still have the tape,
Yeah.
and it
Very nice.
rocked.
Just that proof. It was like, I did fucking.
All
Yeah.
right. Yeah. I could dig that.
Yeah. Yeah.
What was your first time?
It was at a bar in D.C. I was coming to visit from New York, and my cousin says, "Hey man, you should do comedy." I had never done it before, and I was like, "Wow, that's what the story's about." But I was like, I had some jokes written though, or not even what I thought were jokes. You know what I mean? What I thought were jokes.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's a bunch of stuff on my phone, and I went up there and told a story about how I was at this rave in this old people's garage, and there was this and the owner of the house, this old white dude, was running around with a shirt that had taped on letters that said "F real life" on it, and he was running around. By the end of the night, he was throwing ladders off the porch. He was doing all types of stuff. Yeah, this all really happened. I half the time, the stuff that I be talking about on stage, I really believe all of it.
Yeah.
I don't
believe it.
I mean, that's why I don't ever say nothing too crazy, but it always sounds like confessions. Like,
No, it
this is what I think. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry.
I find the things that I lived through, and I was like, hey, I'll take it to the stage and see if there's something there. You know?
Facts.
Yeah, and that's it. I can't talk about anything that is that I didn't live through because there's no emotion.
There's a lot of ways to approach this stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Because it's all entertainment.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you can tell a story about how
As long as it's interesting.
Yeah, interesting. I think is the funny, but if it's funny, that means it's probably related. Interesting is like the father of all the shit, right?
Yeah, but
Yes.
but you don't want somebody to go, oh, that was interesting.
You won't settle for that.
You won't settle for it.
I feel like that's half the comedy specials nowadays, though.
What is interesting?
It's like more interesting than laughs.
Well, it's been a lot of. I don't know. Yeah, I feel you on that. Or it's just not been. I don't know. I don't watch a lot of specials.
This
Not that many. It's too many. I can't.
A lot.
Yeah.
I try to watch everyone.
Earthquake. I like Earthquake.
I like Earthquake.
I like the classic joints.
Yeah.
I like how they.
It's too short.
Yeah, it was,
Yeah,
but it
but
was.
time.
But I think he probably gonna get a part 2 or something.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? He probably gonna get a part 2.
People loved it.
Yeah, and Earthquake. That's like my father's one of his favorite comedians. He comes from DC.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he used to talk about the episode he had on Comedy Gold Mines with Kevin Hart.
Mhm.
He would talk about how because his audience is so like religious and so like consistent, he can't keep doing the same. Every time he comes to DC,
It has to be, yep,
Different.
fresh shit.
it's different every time.
Yeah, there's certain comics that need to do that. Because of like their fans or like their style. Like I think like
the style can be
like
yeah.
Bill Burr does a different set. Like not
So I
every.
can't talk about the same thing.
If he goes back to the same city, it has to be different.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And that tells you something though, because a lot of times you can ask people like, "Oh, I had a great time at that comedy show," but they can't. It takes them a time to think about a joke that they remember, but they still had a good time, but they don't remember what they had just seen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
That's a good feeling though,
what you mean?
of like not remembering exactly, just that you had a good time.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, exactly.
Because you're overloaded with humor.
That's true, and you just had a good time. But I feel like if an entire movie is good, you still like the Titanic was good to most people. You still remember the part where he was painting her naked. You still remember the part where the dude fell and hit the propeller. You know what I'm saying? You just remember little
This
stuff.
part you remember.
Yeah, so but I see that. You don't want to be selfish.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You say you still don't know what?
What the Titanic was about.
What do you mean?
I mean, it was about the boat.
About the boat. It's about a big ass boat.
It was about the
About
ice.
the boat.
It wasn't about the
It was about the
iceberg.
iceberg.
Yeah, really.
Everybody will see different things. It was about the jewelry. I think it was about,
the necklace.
the necklace. It was about the necklace.
I remember it was one comedian talking about how it was this crazy old lady basically lying to everybody. I forgot who said that.
Roy Wood has the best one. Where
He said that?
I don't
He has
know.
a take on it.
He has
Okay.
his take on it. It was about the old lady remembering good dick.
Yo, I think that was the same
Yeah,
thing.
it's
And
the
then
same part?
it
Okay.
was him. I think he was talking. She was talking about that, and then she was lying to people. She had the necklace and wasted everyone's time with this long
She
story.
had it through
And
it
people
out.
using resources. That was somebody's business. They done rented
Millions
that
of
shit.
dollars.
And, it's not down there. She's laughing and she throws it overboard.
Oops.
Yeah.
It's like, oops.
Yeah, that and when the dude died off the plank, that was ridiculous. A real woman would have been like, "Get up here! If we both die, we die."
Yeah.
But then the real man would have been like, "Oh, it's not working. Let me just get off and let you live." That should have been anyways.
Everyone remembers the parts of Titanic.
Yeah, I know. You see, man, yeah, back that was the main point. But,
Yeah.
But when you're on like a show and there's like 8 other comedians,
That's
and you're in the middle.
And also, like a joke is a formula. So like to tell someone, oh, what joke did they say?
Right.
It's like you have to remember like their setup and punchline, which is
Yeah.
harder. Because if you just give the punchline, it's not doesn't have the juice.
Right, unless it's like a real one of the short and sweet things.
Yeah.
That kind of people understand.
Or like I don't know, or I mean like Bert Kreischer just like does the machine every time he performs live.
Okay.
And that's like his big story. Like
The Machine? What's that?
The Machine. You don't know The Machine? It's like his. That's his Mona Lisa. Like that's what popped off on the internet.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's
That's
just
what's
a
going
Russia
on.
story.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to look at that. Okay, just like Ali Sadiq's the black dude, not that everyone but he had the prison story, Mexican with boots.
Yeah.
I don't know that.
I mean,
That's his joke. Yeah.
but the fact that you say Mexicans with boots, a lot of different.
You remember somebody's premise. You remember his premise.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you've seen them. I hadn't seen that, but once I watched it, someone else told me about that though. I still haven't watched it yet. Someone else told me about The Machine by Bert Kreischer. Kreischer?
No,
Kreischer, yeah.
Yeah, they told me about that. Go watch it. It's
You
hilarious.
gotta watch it. You gotta hit it.
He's a good storyteller.
Mm.
He's one of the best.
I just imagine he takes his shirt off. It bothers me so much.
Oh yeah, that is that dude with the walks around. With
No,
You
every
ever
time.
seen
I was
Trailer
like,
Park
you're not gonna
Boys?
do any crunches? You're not gonna.
But you know exactly who he is.
I know exactly.
So do you like when Deion Cole like kind of puts in like open mic habits in his specials. Like when he looks at the notebook and like, let me skip that one. He does that.
I don't like that.
You don't like that.
I
But
hate
you
that.
like when you don't even notice. You talk about his jokes. You don't even.
I've seen this stuff. Like
comics.
where-
If you're a high, if it's your stage, you can do whatever you want.
And
At that level.
And that's why Andy Kaufman was able to like
Yeah,
we've all met Andy Kaufman's and Mike's.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what
Absolutely.
weird. Yeah.
But it's like
But they sit in it and they own it.
But it's like if one of those guys had been an actor, a famous actor on some soap opera, and then came to do that, he would probably have more outside validation.
Yeah.
For
It's
it.
clout.
Yes.
It's clout.
Or else you're just a
Yeah.
crazy person.
Yeah.
That too. But then who knows though? At that point, what's crazy and
It's a thin line.
definitely
You know?
Wayne well.
Of what we did, what's decided. You know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know. If we look at a guy, oh, he's not shit until enough people are like, oh yeah, he's the shit.
Right.
There's a thin line between that.
Like Skechers and Nikes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The brand, that just means something, dog.
Yeah.
Branding.
It do. It means something.
Let Nike do one shady thing, you know. Find out
What else?
they fucking kids in China.
They doing the kids. They
I don't
doing
know. They
the
doing
sweatshops, and they
yeah.
probably have more. They made more bad shoes than Skechers because they have so many shoes.
Yeah.
So there's probably at least 40% of them are unwearable.
Like New Balance is getting closer and closer.
I
to
mean, they too
being-
expensive though, and they not.
New Balance?
Yeah, they too expensive.
No,
They
I mean,
don't have enough-
the big N on their shoes.
It's too big.
It is. Shout out to DC. DC did all that.
Yeah.
The DMV, the New Balances,
Yeah.
the 992s. I could never afford them. My parents could, but they wasn't gonna buy them for me.
Yeah.
But them was the
They're
shoes.
looking more and more racist.
What, New Balances?
Yeah,
Yeah, they
New
done
Balances.
stole. They done seen the whole.
They look, wait, I'm
More people are having jokes about how the big N is more looking like it's racist. Like that's
a
the
racist
thing.
end.
Oh, that's
Racist
it.
end.
Because the end is so big,
end
and
is
then
so
people
big.
say,
Yeah.
I never even thought about that. I think you're talking about the pricing, how they were trying to gentrify the shoe and make an outprice and have people hype beasting it up.
No.
You were talking about
It's
the end.
actually just about the N.
Actually about the
Because
N.
the N, the letter N is
Yeah.
racist.
Yeah. They're making it sound like it.
Wow.
Oh my God.
I've seen that joke go around. Like
Nike probably planted them people to destroy the brand.
Yeah.
because it gets popular.
That's-
I didn't even think about that ever in my life.
No.
My whole community was wearing New
No,
Balances.
I've
in
seen a
DC.
lot of comments say, "Oh, is it funny black guys wearing a shoe with the big N on it?" And, you know, it's been going around.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
I wear
Yeah.
them.
I mean, Nike could have taken the N route.
They
also.
could have easily been an N. They could-
An N
Yeah.
route
Yeah.
instead of the check.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
The check.
But they knew better. I
check.
don't know.
Yeah.
It's weird. I don't know. What else is going on? I mean, what movies you watching?
I saw the day Don't Look Up came out. I saw that like 3 times.
Huh.
Yeah, that joint is amazing.
Nobody's seen
It was good.
I don't want to talk about Moonfall.
Moonfall,
I'm
no.
a conspiracy. You know,
Moonfall. Isn't
yeah.
that the?
It's like a Michael Bay or something?
No, it was with Halle Berry about her taking the spaceship and
Oh,
the,
nah.
the moon was shifted
The
because.
Moonfall.
All her movies be feeling like favors, and not because of her, but it's like.
I feel like
They gave
they were
away
trying
the
to
plot
release a
in the title.
secret. They were trying to
Yeah,
release
I
a
know.
secret, right? But without, you know, when all the conspiracy theories were coming out and the aliens and shit.
Yeah.
It was like there was one documentary that said what the moon was,
Mhm.
and then they were like, "Oh shit, we gotta put this secret out
Right.
before anybody questions it."
Was it good?
It had good. Yeah,
Interesting.
it was interesting. It
Yeah,
had good
that's
points
it.
of what the moon is, because in the documentary there was one like military guy. He was like, "Yeah, you'll never know what the moon really is," and then they just cut to something else. It was
It's a
like, "What the
thing.
fuck is the moon?" And they had like this background of like the moon and like
There's a documentary about explaining what the moon is.
about it was an alien documentary, but it was
Oh.
they briefly talking about aliens being on the moon. And they were like, they showed like this hologram of the moon,
Yeah.
and it was like what was inside of it.
The inside of the
Yeah,
moon.
the inside of the moon.
And they said it was aliens.
Yeah, they said it was in Halle Berry's movie. They said it was where they stored everybody's consciousness
Oh.
from our ancestors,
Oh
from
my
our
God.
alien ancestors.
That sounds like an anime.
This is Moonfall.
Moonfall.
That sounds like
Wow.
an anime.
Yeah, this is.
It was.
When people die on Earth, their consciousness is transported.
I
to
believe
the
it.
moon.
I believe it.
And then
Isn't that-
someone knows it, and
And
she
it's
tried to
backwards.
harvest the
Isn't
Isn't
that
that like what
consciousness.
Mormonism is?
It's just a data.
I remember
Like the deep, like the Ron L. Hubbard or Scientology.
No, that's Scientology about the volcanoes and the spirits
in the
and
sky.
South Park taught me. About
Yeah.
that. Yeah. And then South Park taught me about that. About
The
I don't know what to believe.
some of the spirits rising up and they
Do you
get
think?
captured.
Do you think we're descendants of aliens?
Absolutely.
You absolutely believe this.
But, so where? But
Well, I mean, human, like just not aliens, but I think our
we're descendants of
human
light.
beings. Human beings came from a different place.
That doesn't make
A
sense
different planet.
though.
And then they that's what they do. They just spread our seed to different planets, and then to build the civilization on different planets.
So do you think?
So we're not the first. You think we've just been here for 200 years, and
No.
yeah,
No one
not
really
that
believes
200
that.
years, but you know,
More than we've been here more-
thousands of years.
Probably.
And,
100,000.
and that's it.
I don't think we really know. I don't think everything is
I
meant to
don't
be
believe
known.
it's just Adam and Eve didn't just.
I don't believe it was just
I
dinosaurs.
think
and
that
then-
was symbolic, Adam and Eve.
Well,
Probably,
I also don't think that it was just dinosaurs. Then it was quiet time, and then people sprang up. I think there's some things that people try to explain things
like it's
to
hidden.
feel comfortable.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
but people hate to say it, but you gotta believe the Bible's bullshit, right?
I mean, you're saying right? I mean, why would no? I don't.
I think it's just it's
I think they're truths.
somebody else told it, huh?
They're truths in the Bible.
Do you think so?
But I'm looking at science. I'm
More
like,
like mythology.
science every day comes up with a new way to explain something. Every day, even if it's true, even a year from now, that last truth is contradicted by the new truth.
Yeah.
But then for me to then question the Bible in the same or in a more even higher standard, it's like, I don't know. I just keep.
Why would you judge the Bible in the same way that you would judge a scientific theory?
Or if you judge the Bible that way, you have to judge science that way. Because
Just both.
Yeah.
every day
Yeah,
there's somebody
symbolic,
trying to
right.
dispel something or trying to figure out and explain, only to.
Nobody knows. Nobody.
Every time you think you have
I
the
think there's one
explanation-
person in the cave like I know everything.
Right.
There's just one guy's like just laughing to himself like.
It always leads to
I
more
mean-
questions.
I feel like we can presume.
Yeah.
You can assume.
One.
You can track the line of evolution if unless that's.
Yeah.
Do you think we evolved at all? Like
Yeah.
on the time.
But on what level though? What do you mean
Yeah.
evolve? Like our brains, our minds? I mean, how come?
as creatures.
Yeah.
I mean, so
We're
now
still
we're just
evolving.
so now we're just
Yeah.
getting prettier. Like, cause I mean, no one looks
Smarter.
like
Well,
Abraham Lincoln anymore. But you can't tell me that Abraham Lincoln isn't as smart as people that were living today.
Some people look like Abraham.
No, that's not that many though.
Who are tall and white and skinny.
No. I'm talking about that face. That face is not a
He had
face that still
he had a
exists.
beard. He had a.
Yeah.
I'm saying though, you can look at the history. You can look at the the list of presidents. No one looks like that, and no more on a majority scale.
I imagine that
Yeah.
Abraham Lincoln's grandchildren bear resemblance.
No,
to
I mean
Abraham
I'm sure I bear resemblance to those
We've
that white
we've
family
definitely,
that
we've definitely changed. Our bodies have changed.
yeah, the same.
Our bodies,
Like even
because of the
men,
food we eat
even
and
men now,
how
I can
active we are.
tell.
Yeah.
I can tell that I think though that men are like probably slimmer or have I've seen like weird studies that may or may not be true talk about grip strength or handshake
definitely
strength
weaker.
of men
Yeah.
has now decreased since
Absolutely.
before.
Sure.
Absolutely.
So I'm saying
Because we
like,
don't do the same
things-
type of work.
that's what I'm saying. So I think things are becoming a little. I mean, just like the things that we're creating, things are becoming sleeker.
Yeah.
May not necessarily be better and more
We're
evolved.
all Teslas now.
Yeah, but people don't look like Abraham Lincoln or. I mean, if they do, it's only because their lineage hasn't been. People didn't go outside their race, maybe, so it stayed consistent. But
I mean, or if you look at like the Neanderthals, like it's like
people don't look like that no more. Or according to that, because to black people, we
but
don't
when
even
you look-
necessarily come from no caves. That's when it gets a little fishy.
I feel like humanity came from.
No.
Africa.
I mean, but the cave part. Who brought up the cave?
What do you mean the cave? What's a cave? What are you talking about
The
cave?
Neanderthals.
Neanderthals.
That word is
Different
directly
caves.
associated with. Oh, you're a Neanderthal.
Oh, like a cave.
Created fire.
Yeah.
Pulling his wife by his hair in the cave.
You have Neanderthal features.
Well, I am human.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I am human. I had no say on how I was put here in this vessel. I'm an avatar. I don't know.
Yeah, Avatar.
I'm doing the best I can. You know what
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
Did you see Everything Everywhere?
I just watched
What's
it. It blew my mind.
What's that?
It
It was incredible.
It's about the multiverse. Just another
No,
spin
dude,
on the multiverse.
Tyrez, it was
What do you
incredible.
mean the multiverse?
It was
I
playing
definitely
on the
believe
idea
it.
of there being multiverse. That was like the But like, it wasn't just about the multiverse. It was about like development
Yeah.
and relationships and like
It was amazing.
it was about nihilism and meaning and like the battle. It was so incredibly well done.
Here's my question. How did they get the earpieces to different universes?
That's what you were caught up on?
Yeah, that's what I was caught up with. I was like, how?
You don't.
That was a loophole.
It was supposed to be funny. Like, it was supposed to be like a gag. Like they're using those old Bluetooth earpieces to
I was like,
travel.
everything falls apart for me at that point.
Really? I feel
Yeah.
like it was like a vibe. Like they wanted the movie to seem like a student film, but with the production value of like a Hollywood
Okay,
movie.
I'll take that.
I think some of these things people like to
It was
discover.
it kind of was like on borderline of the Matrix. It was little
Yeah,
Matrix.
yeah. I got Matrix
little
vibes
bit-
multiple
yeah.
times.
What was you gonna say? My bad.
I was about to say, I feel like I think sometimes people like to, not you in particular, or just people in general, like because they feel helpless in the current situation, they feel a sigh of relief when they feel like they've discovered something, when they aliens or conspiracies or
I hear
multiverses.
you.
Because then even if all those answers were yes, a voice came down and said yes, all
It's
those
all
things
real.
are real, and then that same voice disappeared. Now what are you now doing something different?
Yeah. No.
Like, it's all about
you
just-
have to keep reaching. It's
No,
like, what
but
else?
that type of reach.
What else is
But
there?
no.
What else
That
is there?
reach.
Where else can we go?
No one reaches
We
inside
have-
though.
we have-
I ain't gonna
Yeah,
get like too
that's
spiritual.
the message. That's
Like no one reaches to the place that's closest to them. People want to go. It's okay to want to go to Mars. It's okay, but that same type of reachness is what got certain places colonized. It's like you just keep reaching until what? Until you're never happy. It's like you colonize here.
We're never happy.
And then you gotta-
We're always evolving and growing. It's like
Yeah,
what
you gotta
else?
let things
What else?
be.
No, hell no.
I mean,
no.
you keep saying we, but I think that certain people have different. Well, I don't know. Every human.
Until it comes to you. Until the fight is brought. You know.
Yeah, so while we're all in our spaceship approaching that new planet, and then their sensors are going off of the planet, and they blow up our ship,
Yeah.
it's like, what did we accomplish? To get blown up?
Don't get blown up.
To preserve ourselves?
Don't get blown up.
Don't get blown up. All right.
Don't.
Don't get blown up. If aliens came here, I would feel bad for the aliens.
Why?
Because we blow them up.
We would try to, and then the aliens would be like,
It
they're
depends on the
crazy, and then
aliens.
blow up
They'd
the
be like,
earth.
yo, they're already here, but you know.
They're here.
Absolutely.
What the-
I think they might.
They're
Yeah.
reptiles.
They've
No.
Oh my
they've
God.
I saw that Tic Tac video. That was
yeah.
pretty cool.
Well, but I'm glad they haven't shown ourselves because we can't even handle Kanye being Kanye.
They've
So
impregnated
if
and
we can't even handle an
mixed our
alien,
DNA.
oh
They've
my
mixed our
God.
DNA.
Yeah, mixed DNA to
We do that to ourselves.
Yeah, to
Designer babies.
Yeah, designer babies.
Certain
Like
medicines.
I think has anyone seen Elon Musk and the baby?
I haven't seen
Seen the
it.
baby?
I heard the name though.
Yeah, what's his name?
He's definitely.
A code.
It's like Axel.
Remember when?
It's not his actual name. It's
Remember
something
when
wrong with
his
the birth.
his wife? Remember when she had the scratches on his back, and everybody's like, "Where did the scratches come from?" The weird
On the
scratches
baby's back?
on her back. On the
On
it was like a,
Grimes?
yeah. She had. I feel like.
You think she's in
I
it?
feel like they impregnated her. That's my
Oh my
weird
God.
conspiracy.
But
I
what does
feel like
that
that-
do? What is that?
For-
What did you just sprung that up out of your imagination?
In order for him,
That sounds-
in order for
yeah,
him
magical.
to get, I don't know, I'm making this shit
To
up.
get what?
To-
Become
to-
the
to get-
ruler of the
no,
universe?
Push out this thought.
He
Yeah.
offered
in
up
order-
his
let me
wife.
ask this out. Yeah, he offered up his wife as a sacrifice to get to be the first one into Mars.
Wow,
You know?
he won that trade.
I think he won the trade.
He won the
I
trade.
think he's gonna have
One
a lot of
super
power.
alien baby
One super alien
versus ruler of an entire planet.
Yeah.
That's a good trade.
one alien human hybrid.
Human hybrid.
A human
It
hybrid.
was a sacrifice.
So that baby is like a special baby.
I feel like it's a special baby.
Wow.
I feel like it is. You know, yeah. The guy could be wrong. Of course, I could be wrong.
Hey, you
Yeah.
could be
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah, I think
You
it's
could
more
be-
like-
I'm probably wrong.
Yeah,
But,
that's okay.
but you know, him at his caliber is not impossible.
Sure.
But you ever seen the movies?
I
The
don't know.
real special ones.
I was about to say sure. I'm like,
How-
do I mean that?
How convenient is that
It's
though?
all right.
How convenient
Like,
is
look, I
that?
mean, if he just came out and be like, yo, I made a pact with the aliens, you know, just so we can colonize Mars, so we can have a piece of Mars.
Yeah.
You'd be like, cool.
But we can. We're throwing robots onto Mars.
We think we're throwing robots to
We
Mars,
think
but
we
what
are.
if the aliens said, wait, we're gonna blow up your fucking planet, and that's why, I don't know, COVID happened, and we had to shut this shit down.
We.
So,
Shut it down. They were just watching it from space.
that's more realistic than
They're getting crazy.
I feel like by saying like we didn't send robots to Mars or people have been landing on the moon, that's diminishing to like actual like astronauts' jobs. Like there's so many NASA.
Well, to be
employees
fair,
at NASA.
the government has lied so much
Absolutely.
that it's okay that you have to. I mean, I don't know.
You don't want to know all the secrets. I don't want to know all the
All right,
secrets.
so
But yet you want to know.
I want to guess.
Who's an alien in real life? You see that?
Yes.
but then I think about this. Like one of the guys,
I want the gist. You know. You know.
one of the guys who started NASA was a Nazi, who America saved, and he ended up starting NASA.
Yeah.
So I think that's like what. Why would they do that? If not like if like his knowledge in space travel or like building machines to go to space wasn't real.
Well, we don't know what else he knew.
Sure.
I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. If Superman.
It is about power. You know. Why would they do that? You know.
I mean, you have a lot to offer. It kind of outweighs your worst qualities sometimes.
Absolutely.
Especially when you know this person will be dead and their benefits will probably help far after. Even though I don't know what the hell NASA's ever done.
They sent men to the moon.
Yes, they have. And come back with.
And invented, I think, the vacuum cleaner or something.
The vacuum.
Like,
Oh my God. Somebody would have accidentally did that.
Someone like this. A lot of the
somebody would have
tech,
accidentally did that.
Yeah.
Someone would have accidentally did that. I'm sure that's actually a good reason.
Yeah.
Is them
They
trying
do a
to
lot of
reach the
shit.
highest of heights of going to space and living in space.
And seeing what they have to do to survive, it creates innovations up there that are applicable down here.
That makes sense.
If you push yourself to like the furthest limits of what you need to do.
What does NASA stand for?
National.
No, that after you fucking ass. I don't know.
Aeronautical
Nazi.
space.
Nazi astronomical sustaining annihilation. That's
The
what
name of this podcast is an acronym on NASA.
acronym on NSA.
Not a
Yeah. I don't know.
not a single answer. I don't know.
I could Google it, but I don't want to Google it. That's cheating.
Like that.
I'm not gonna Google it. That's cheating.
What, NASA?
Why did you watch that movie 3 times? Was that?
It was really good. It was really like mind blowing. It was hilarious.
It was very fun.
And I actually felt like connected to that joint, dog. Especially when Jennifer Lawrence was when they was talking to Tyler Perry at the news channel.
Oh my God.
And Tyler Perry goes, "Ooh, what'd you say about explosions? That sounds crazy." And then she starts staring off into space, she starts zoning out because she started her mind can't handle the ridiculous of people of not listening. You see what I'm saying? You know how maddening that will make you go crazy. If you knowing what you're talking about and getting no type of
Validation.
Yeah, validation, or people are just not listening, that would make you go crazy. Like that's like the same principle behind revolts. After a while, there is no more please. You heard that little Tupac quote? When people are hungry, they knock. Can you please? Yeah. And then the next time it's like, hey man, I said please. Yeah. Then the next time, hey, I got the gun, I broke in, give me everything. Yeah. It's the same thing. It's like
point.
But that's how I be feeling sometimes. Like me personally, and I see it too. It'll make you crazy. People promoting bad thinking and then promoting the idea that thinking this way is crazy. Then you feel alone. Imagine feeling alone with the truth.
Yeah.
That sounds insane.
Yeah. A lot of people do that.
Yes. And we do that to them people now.
But nobody knows who's right.
Yes, we do know. Yeah. We know that attempted honesty is right. We know that the people that have the courage to say something and be alone, there's some right in that. They have to, you know what I'm saying? That's like true humanity.
But
right
I feel like there's
wrong.
something to if you say, someone said if you say the same falsehood enough times, it becomes true in your mind.
I mean, but that sounds like a.
Or if you're stronger than.
But we've seen this in I don't know, in politics the past couple of years, or with the last election, of enough people repeating over that it was stolen or this and that, and enough people saying it and hearing other people say it brings people together to actually believe and stand.
Well, that's because people don't, and that's the true level of higher humanity. Like you talking about space, people can't even believe in themselves to just walk alone with their own opinions.
Yeah, sure.
You gotta be coached. You gotta wait on. It's like when you stand at the stoplight and you cross the street first, and the other people then want to cross the street at the same time, even if the light ain't ready yet. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. So people waiting on who to decide for. That's ridiculous. It's both. You gotta look and and that's why like when anybody, I remember when 50 Cent said he was making jokes on Instagram about voting for Trump, and Chelsea Handler comes up, I had to remind 50 Cent he was a black man. You know how insane that is? You know how crazy that is? And then she still got to continue doing whatever it is she did.
Yeah.
She
did like,
because she dated him.
Because what? First of all, she ain't date that man. She dated him the same. She dated him the same way Madonna dated Tupac. In their minds, they were dating these super high tier black dudes. And the black dudes mind, oh, this is a little adventure. It's a side quest.
A side quest.
50 Cent had never had no damn intentions on marrying no damn Chelsea Handler.
Yeah,
So you know that. You think Tupac was gonna end up with Madonna? And they talk about it like they was really with them, and they really supported who these men were and where they come from. But if you did, you wouldn't talk so recklessly about how they should be. You would know that they individuals, but the world don't operate like that. So that's why people like, whether it's Kyrie, whether it's Kanye, or a bunch of other black people that we don't know, friends of yours,
yeah.
of any demographic, it's like it just gets, that's the true insanity. You know what I'm saying? Like, it shouldn't be so, people just waiting on other people to do something, and then they'll do what they do.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone's believing the better narrative that they can come up with about how their plan or life turned out.
Mm-hmm.
And like in Chelsea Handler's mind, that was her story.
Because she's simple. I mean, not she, but she had a simple-minded view on that issue, or on that situation that everyone was going through.
Yeah.
You should do this because you're this. What does that mean? When we've always supported this, but the only progress we've ever gotten was because we took this, not because who we supported, gave it to us.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So how dare you even think that you even automatically get my support off of doing nothing? You know what I'm saying? Like, what has that lady even done to even demand, to even expect? Like, that's crazy.
No, it's
that was true. That was more racist than anything, than anything Joe Biden
you ain't
or
black
Trump.
thing.
I mean, yeah, you ain't black, but that was his true self coming out. And it's not like, but I wasn't even mad at that, because that's something a 75-year-old white politician would say.
Yeah.
That's fine. I don't
Chelsea
even
Handler.
have
For
But for us to act
for
like
shock. For shock.
Well, he don't even know.
I don't know.
He did that because he thought he was going to make some people laugh.
Yeah. He was on the breakfast.
I keep hot sauce in my
Yeah,
purse,
yeah,
Hillary.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I forget about the politics thing, but it goes back to
pandering.
Yeah, it is, man.
That's
And
it.
it kind of frustrating, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we just
We don't feed into it.
you gotta. That's what Kobe Bryant used to talk about. How like he said people run to him for advice. He said really the best advice I can give you is just I can't give you nothing. It would just be to be yourself. I can't tell you. So I go back to that same thing. Don't tell nobody who to vote for. Tell people to really find out who they are, and they'll make the right decision for themselves. And then overall, if everyone's doing what's best for them, not on the push you out the way, I gotta make it way, but on the like, this is what I believe in and I believe it. Let's see if we can come up with something together. You know?
Got it. We're out of here. We're out of here. It's light. You lighting us?
That's the police.
But the police?
Nah.
It's a terrible light. Good job. I was thinking that at 15.
But nah, anyways, that's
and then tell them where they can find you.
they can find me on the internet, all over the internet, at Tyrez Keaton, TYREZ KEATON.
Yeah.
You can find me on Instagram at Shui Fier, SHUIFIER.
Yeah, this is another episode of the People's Mic. Thank you guys for saving it and hanging out and speaking your 2 cents.
Yeah.
We're here Fridays, the bitter end, 3 o'clock. Paul, hi. Jesus. What else? No show tonight, but are we back? When's the next show? Back next week? For sure? For sure, we're back next week. Show, midnight show, Jim Peoples show, and back at the podcast next week. And you guys are more than welcome to come hang out. Thank you guys for hanging out, and we'll see you next week. Bye.